Oh, welcome back again. Still on this strut top repair. What I've done here is cleaned out the seam sealant as I said I was going to do yesterday. We need that out because it would catch fire in the welding process if we didn't. So that's been removed. We've ground back the surface again, got rid of any surface rust we can, and painted it with weld through primer. I've also done the side of the patch that's going to face that. That's also been done in weld through primer because yeah, we need some protection under there. Probably not as much as you might think, because I'm going to weld a bit more than Ford did in the factory. You see this edge along here, this is the original join here, and that's not welded. It's seam sealed, but it's not welded. Now when I put the patch in, I'm going to weld it around this edge as well, I think. Firstly, it's going to make it stronger. Secondly, it's going to seal it against moisture getting in there. And thirdly, when you weld these things next to suspension components, the requirement is that you seam weld everything. It has to be continuous welds, not just spot welds. Although we are going to plug weld here, but that's factory, or at least factory would have been spot welds in there. But where we join to the original inner wing panel, that has to be continuous welds. As I say, I'm going to weld around these edges as well, just to give it a bit more strength, give it a bit more protection, and hopefully not get into any trouble at the MOT station. So yeah, I'm not going to waffle on any longer. I'm going to cut here and get back to doing some work, and I'll cut back when I've got something more to show you. Okay, here's our plate made up. All these holes drilled in for the plug welds. I decided in the end that I'm just going to weld them all from underneath. The tower piece of metal, the panel that the strut top itself is actually made of a bit thicker metal, and there's actually not that much room to get a drill in, even the bit where we'd have access to weld. You just really can't get the drill itself in. So if I'm going to weld from underneath on some of them, what's another half dozen or so, or 7. So yeah, let's get it in place. It's primed on the back with the weld through primer. I haven't primed it on this side. We'll paint that all when it's welded in place. Right, let's do it. There it is, in place, ready to weld. Looking good. Okay, let's do it. Okay folks, and there it is, welded in. There's a couple of bits more left to grind back there, and obviously it needs paint and priming and all of that sort of thing, and there's probably a couple of little bits where I want to go over the welding again, but that is a whole lot better than it was when there was no metal there. So I think that's up to MOT standard. Hopefully my MOT garage is going to agree. But there's still a lot more to do before we get to that stage. There's new wings and things to go on. There's a few more bits of welding to do, like that hole there. Yeah, but it shouldn't be too difficult. I did something very similar on the other side of the van, so that one should be easy enough to do. And if we can manage to get this strut top done like this, then I don't think the rest of it should be all that difficult. So there we go, that's the strut top done. Okay, bye for now folks.